Hey y'all, Yoritza here. I just finished my weekly review and I'm getting ready to set up my bullet journal weekly spread for next week, and I've got a little bit of hair that just won't stay down, which is fine. So yeah, just gonna do another kind of time-lapse thing, hoping to get some music going through the silence this time. It's kind of hard with doing everything on my phone and my iPad because it's just difficult, but I'm gonna try. And yeah, I don't really have much to say to start. We're just gonna kind of get to it. I know last time I showed you guys like the pens that I use, I forgot to mention I also use the Tombow dual brush pens for color, and these are like pastel, so I know they don't show up super well on camera, so that's fine. Yeah, that's basically it. I sketched the outline in pencil, same kind of deal as with the monthly setup, so we're gonna do that, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I've got my initial setup here. So basically what I did was kind of reuse this weekly spread that I like a lot. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, etc. through Sunday with the day, like date, and then the lunar phase. These little numbers here are just 12 through 11, and then again for the 24 hours in the day, split down the middle. So I'm gonna go back and kind of fill that in there, and then I'm gonna put my like top 3 things that I'd like to accomplish for the week, which are going to match up with my monthly kind of those top three goals for the month that I had set, kind of like the next steps to move towards that, to just kind of keep me focused, is how I'm trying to orchestrate that this month. And then I'm gonna be trying a new week ahead spread by the lovely Not So Mystical Tarot on Instagram. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 card tarot spread. So kind of the next thing I would usually do at this point is fill in the hard lines for my week. So before I set my top 3 goals and all that, is we're gonna go in and fill in my like work schedule and due dates for things and all that kind of super fun stuff. Might add a little embellishment or color or something, we'll see, but that's where we're at now. Okay, so what we've got so far is I just kind of filled in the hard lines of my week. So this kind of light blue that's hard to see here is where I'm gonna fill in my sleep time as the week goes by. This gray is my like day job work schedule. The pink here is my like work from home schedule, so that's when I work on like the blog and make these videos and all that kind of stuff, my weekly review. I'm not gonna have as much time for that this week because I'm trying not to schedule myself time for that when I have a full 8-hour workday, which I tend to do, and then I hate my life and I don't have time for fun. So I'm trying not to do that this week. And then this like seafoam green is just like other stuff, so hanging out with friends and things like that. Some of these are all day stuff. Like my partner is coming to visit on Tuesday, so I'm kind of leaving that mostly open. And then there's a couple of these things like I'm gonna hang out with a friend one of these days, but we haven't decided which one yet, so I just put it down for both until we figure that out. That's pretty much it for like the grinding part of the week. And then I kind of filled in here some stuff about my week ahead spread. I've got some white space here, so I'll honestly either just leave it or like fill it in with notes as the week goes by. But I use the Luna Soul Tarot for my draw. And so for my theme of the week, I got the 5 of Discs, also known as the 5 of Pentacles, which has been stalking me recently. It was my card of the day today. This, I have not been able to escape it in my own draws, even in doing readings for like other people. This card, man, there's something going on, so I need to explore that. But it kind of indicated for me that I'm gonna be struggling with still like a lack mindset and maybe some financial issues this week, and just it's gonna be rough. There's gonna be a lot going on. And then 2 kind of things supporting and clarifying that, I guess, if you want to call it that. I got the 8 of Cups and the Hermit. So I'd kind of interpreted the 8 of Cups as trouble knowing when to walk away, but also walking away too easily. Like I just feel like it's gonna be a really rough week, and I'm gonna want to just say nope, this is too hard, and just stop, which is not good, but that's probably something I'm gonna struggle with, so it's something I want to be mindful of. And then Hermit Energy, this is my favorite minor or major arcana card, but it's also something that it can be too much in large doses, so I'm taking this as a reminder to like the introspection is good, but in healthy doses, so not to isolate myself too much. I've been getting a lot of messages about knowing when to like open up and ask for help and kind of share this burden a little bit, so just kind of being mindful of not going into my default hermit mode. Some challenges, further challenges, I guess, but the next 2 cards were for challenges for the week. So for that, I got the 4 of Wands and the Fool. So the 4 of Wands, as far as a challenge, I interpret it as something that I always kind of do, which is having trouble celebrating the good things that I do. I'm always kind of looking, when I finish something, looking forward to like the next thing that I have to do, and not taking time to slow down and recognize what I have done, and also probably feeling like like the finish line isn't in sight for like bigger projects. So that's gonna be something probably that I'll struggle with this week, which goes kind of hand in hand with that like 5 of Discs lack mindset. And then the Fool kind of felt pretty connected to the 8 of Cups that I had gotten as well, in terms of I have a tendency when I feel like things are too hard or that I'm not doing it perfectly to drop it and just start a new project, which starting new things can be good, but you've got to finish what you start as well. So I'm probably gonna have a lot of tempting things popping up into my attention, trying to get me to let go of the things that feel like no progress is getting made, even just because it's slower than I want it to be, and not to kind of get distracted. by that is how I interpreted that, if that made any sense. I wrote to myself, like, don't goldfish, you know, like the short attention span kind of thing. And then focus for best results, I got the Page of Cups, which I interpreted as to kind of get through this is going to be really important for me to focus on the things that, like the passions that started these projects that I'm working on in the first place, to kind of remember why I wanted to do them and like where that creative energy came from, to help carry me through when it feels like I'm just chipping away and it's never ending. And then also to kind of keep playful creativity in my week as much as possible, and try and drop the perfectionism and I'm not good enough mindset that is going to be dominating my week, it seems. So we'll see how that goes, but that's kind of what I got from that reading. And so that's basically what, I'm not going to read this out loud because I was kind of half reading it as I was talking through that. So that's what I put here for my week ahead spread, and that way as I'm looking through my week I can keep that forefront of my mind and try to remember all of those messages as the week kind of progresses. So, and then I added a little embellishment just to make it a little prettier. So really the last thing is to kind of figure out the top 3 things that I want to accomplish this week. You know, maybe, so part of the reason I like leaving that for last is, you know, if it looks like, okay, maybe this week I'm gonna have a hard time recognizing accomplishments, it might be good for me to throw like some easier wins in there, rather than like big projects, being kind of idealistic about it, and then if I don't finish them, it just becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy that, oh, I'm never gonna get to the end of this. So I'm probably gonna pick some smaller milestones than I originally had in mind. The big 3 things that I wanted for this month were to start writing my tarot blog posts a week ahead of time, to revamp my website, and to landscape my backyard. So I'm just gonna kind of sit with all that for a second and come up with one thing related to each of that's small and manageable enough that I will be able to do it and celebrate it this week, and yet still move closer to it, even if it's just a tiny little kind of baby step, considering I don't have too terribly much time in which to accomplish stuff this week. So I hope this all makes sense and isn't super crazy boring for you guys. I'm doing my best. Yeah, let's get into the final step of my weekly setup. Okay, so short and sweet for the last little bit. The things that I decided on were to write 1 blog post, because I already did like 1 3/4, so to finish up that last one at least, get another one in if I can, which will still keep me a week ahead of time like I would like it to be, to create the new header image for my website. It's a tiny little thing, but it is a step and something that I'll be able to accomplish in that, again, short amount of time that I have. And then to price out the tools and supplies for the things for my like backyard that I've been planning. I was originally thinking that I was gonna go out and buy all of them, but considering that 5 of Pentacles energy and all that, it might be better to just list out like what I need, what it looks like the price is gonna look like, do a little bit of price shopping kind of stuff, and that'll, you know, little tiny steps towards those goals, but stuff that I will be able to accomplish reasonably. So that's pretty much it for this week's setup. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, because that's it. We've got top 3 things for the week again, the week ahead spread and what I got from that, and then what my week is kind of looking like. The only thing I realized I didn't really go over that might be relevant if you don't read my blog is this division here is for AM and PM, but also on this side I list time sensitive things So like my work schedule and hanging out with people, that's all on this side, and then this is just things that must be done. So this is also where I'll put, like, if I decide I'm gonna go to the grocery store on Tuesday, then that'll go in here, because it doesn't really matter what time I do it, just that it gets done. So that is it for my weekly setup. I hope you guys enjoy and got something good out of it. Again, always open for suggestions and requests and all of the things, and like, subscribe, all that stuff. That's it. Thank you guys so much for being here with me, and for all of your support on my monthly setup video. It's really awesome. You guys are really awesome, and I really appreciate you. Love you guys. Mean it.